Do you want to have a chat then?
Just good. You all right?
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
No worries.
More Red Bull.
I'm used to it. Thanks.
If you want a pallet, there's a lot lying around.
Good to go. Thanks.
Yep, rolling.
Thank you. Bass, have you had a look at what happened yesterday?
Yeah, reviewed the game last night and this morning, and we've just finished our coach's review.
What are the pluses? What have you taken out of it?
We're certainly well beaten around the stoppage, and probably from there our other main issue was our forward entry. Certainly some improvement in the way we played the game. Like, it looked more like how we wanted to play without the impact on the scoreboard.
That forward entry has been something that's plagued you for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's probably plaguing the competition a little bit, but certainly scoring 58 points and the method we score them isn't what we're looking for.
How do you fix that? That's not something you can fix straight up, but it's also something that, as you've sort of touched on, you've been trying to fix for the better part of 2 years.
It is, and we brought personnel in to help try and fix that, and clearly it's more than personnel, it's method as well. The way the forwards work together, the connection between the forwards and the rest of the team, that's something we need to grow, because it's hard to win. We scored 58 points this week, 50 last week. It's not quite enough.
Have you created two holes by, you lose Ryder, so instead of replacing him with a ruck, you replace him with a Dixon, which creates a hole forward as well. Do you feel like you're trying to plug too many gaps?
Charlie hasn't been the greatest scoring threat for us this year, but he certainly has looked better the last few weeks. So our rucks at SNFL level are improving towards a place where we could potentially pick them this week, whether it be one of the guys that played Saturday or Dougal Howard moving from defence into the ruck.
So Ken said previously you could cover without Ryder because you've had experience doing it early in the year and you've learnt lessons. So what's changed now to need a SANFL ruck?
I think the improvement in the SNFL ruckman's form has been better. It's probably not quite where we'd like it, but the cost is probably greater at the moment from moving a forward into the ruck.
With no disrespect to the Doggies, their ruck division isn't exactly the biggest in the competition.
No.
So is this week the week to trial it?
Well, it could be.
Who are the blokes you're touching on?
Yeah, well, Howard is one we can move into the ruck, and then we've got Frampton and Laddams, who both had probably one of their better games for the year on the weekend.
How's Paddy looking?
Sorry, you mentioned Howard.
Yes.
Obviously, the sort of game turned when he went into the ruck yesterday, all for you.
Yes.
Is he the one that maybe you're looking at the way you're talking instead of Dixon?
It could be.
Is it out of Howard or an SNFL ruckman?
Yeah, Howard's in some doubt with a hand injury, so hopefully he'll play. But it could be a Dougal Howard. They've got some tools in their forward line, but I think we can cover them with who we've got in defence. It could be Billy Frampton, who's been on the list for 4 years and whose form hasn't quite been what we'd like, but he had a good game on the weekend, so he certainly could come in to that conversation.
What's the nature of that hand injury for Dougal?
I'm not sure yet, but it was a bit sore yesterday, so it's less than 24 hours since we played, so we'll learn more soon. But he should be able to play with it.
Was that sort of thing that he just came off during the game or felt it up?
Yeah, it happened during the third quarter, so hopefully we'll be okay.
And Ryder obviously would miss another one. Is that your thinking?
Paddy starts running this week, so unlikely for this week, but it's a possibility.
And Jonas
started running. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think he'll continue his running this week with a view to rejoining training next week.
The skills, obviously the skills have been an issue with foot mainly.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is the club working on that, and why have they been poor?
Yeah, well, I think there was certainly some better ball movement in general on the weekend from probably the other 2/3 of the ground. So, and I don't think our ball movement's been too bad in that space. It's really been the connection between that and our forward line, and it's partly we don't have the greatest kicking midfield in the competition. I don't think that's unfair to say that. You recruit Ollie Wines on his strength to win the ball. He's been great for us. Sam Powell-Pepper's a terrific ball winner. and maybe we haven't got the most natural forward line, so we've got to continue to, and they're not quite getting the separation we'd like on the lead. So that's areas we've got to keep working on.
So you said before, you've recruited specifically, and everybody knows that.
Yes.
You've made 11 changes to the list and got some fairly high-profile names.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at it now as a coaching group and saying this is not working period, or this is a work in progress?
I think it's a work in progress. One of those guys that is one of our has been very good for us for the last half dozen weeks. And Stephen Motlop didn't play, so that hurts a part of that. But we've got to continue to work in that area because we're not getting the score that we need to give ourselves a reasonable chance to win.
Are there any other injury concerns to come out of the game? How's Carl Amon's knee?
Not sure. Yeah, I haven't heard. We haven't spoken to the doctors yet.
Was it a knee? Sorry, was it a knee or an ankle?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Steve will be right for it.
Yeah, Steve pulled out, I think, half an hour before the game with the virus, so he should be fine.
The doggies, how do you rate them?
You're just going to have to hold numbers today, aren't you? The doggies, some of their best footy is very good, and then they have other periods of games where they haven't played as well. So we played them 5 weeks ago. I don't think they've changed a whole heap since then. We're looking to improve our footy as much as we can because right now it's not quite where we want it.
What can you do about kicking as coaches?
Yeah.
You sit there in the box and it's not something that you can say, let's move this and this, because it is what it is.
Yeah, I think for our players, they've got to keep trying to play the right way, and we have who we have, so we're working with the people we've got. I think we could have made a lot more of the opportunities that we had on the weekend, but we also gave up too big a start and didn't defend as well as we should have early in the game. So, I think I could count 9 times we had a shot on goal on the weekend and we didn't even register a score. So we want to be more efficient than what we are. It's frustrating for players, it's frustrating for coaches, frustrating for people watching. We want to see some goals. So, hopefully this week we'll get some.
As you say, not the most natural forward line, but Dixon's obviously an out-and-out forward and Gray's a superstar, so Motlop as well. Why aren't they a natural forward line in your opinion?
Well, Charlie's a terrific competitor, and that's why he's got as far as he has. He is a terrific competitor. He's got to continue to work on his forward craft. Robbie is a very good forward, but without probably an elite attribute to get separation. If I look at what makes a great forward, it's a way to get separation either through speed, height, agility, or being able to run for a long time. And they're the things that get you separation as a forward. And I probably don't have any of those forwards that have that asset. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah.
So is that a matter of, to create separation, the Lena kick to Charlie?
Yes.
That's an example of a set play that worked perfectly. So
that is.
Is that a matter of just them gelling together and understanding when to do that?
Well, I think our slow plays are okay. It's more the faster ball at the moment where we're moving the ball, and we had good passages play where we move the ball quite well on the weekend, but then we're not getting that final kick connecting on the faster plays. So slower plays are working okay. It's the faster plays that we're probably working on at the moment, and how do we get that connection between the kicker and the player on the end of it.
And Lena was really encouraging first up.
He was. I thought he gave what I expected. He's been a really good learner in our footy club so far. He uses the footy well, and he's a smart young man, so he did well.
How's Jasper Fiddard's confidence out of the game? It's not often that a player gets the Brox cheer.
I think Jasper's got it before. Jasper's extremely resilient, and he'll be fine.
And last couple, Rolly Bonner in the Sands on the weekend.
Yes.
How did he perform?
He had a good second half. We tried to get him to play a bit taller, to work on his aerial and his defending of the lead, his marking craft, and didn't have a lot of involvements in the first half, but the second half he contributed okay.
Are there any other blokes in the sample which perhaps, aside from the big blokes you mentioned earlier, could maybe come in this week?
That's always the challenge is, if there's people out of form, are there people to replace them? And, our depth has been tested a little bit through injury, and, we did recruit a little bit younger this year and some of the people we brought in. So, you know, it's whether we judge that there's people that can replace the guys in there or not at the moment.
Are there any of them around?
Kane Farrell's been playing okay, and he certainly kicks really well. You know, Jim Thomas has played some pretty good footy, but we probably haven't got a heap banging the door down at the moment.
Do you feel, sorry, in the midfield, you talk about your midfield, obviously big body, strong tough players. Do you need to maybe look at recruiting a better ball user at some point?
We try and develop them, and you know, Rock, you know, certainly gives us some very good ball use in there, and you know, Jared Pollock's uses the footy pretty well, you know, and we had a lot of nearly moments on the weekend, and it's converting those nearly moments into goals, and you know, that is one way to address the issue, or you know, another one is to keep building that connection between the guys that are in there and the forwards, or getting a bit of balance in our midfield group and someone missing out.
Do you feel like the forward transition towards offence or the ability to defend is more a concern at the minute?
Oh, it's our ability to score that's a concern. Yeah.
It's defensively happy.
Defensively, we you know, I think we're going okay as a team. You know, we conceded 80 points on the weekend. That's the highest score we've conceded for about 8 or 9 weeks, you know, since the Crows game. So, you know, it's not winning when we only concede 64 points or 59 points last week or 80 points on the weekend. We need to score more.
Are you in danger of missing the finals?
Oh, you've got to keep winning, don't you? That's the if you keep losing, you're not going to make finals. So we've got to win some more games.
How do you turn it around like this?
I actually thought we played some of the best footy we've played, maybe since the Richmond game on the weekend, without quite getting the finish on the weekend. You know, after quarter time. So you know, we played the right way for long stretches of the game. It's doing it for longer, and it's scoring a little bit better.
Is that a recurring theme?
Last one, guys.
Sorry.
Well,
like just because
yeah.
you know, even the showdown, Robbie Gray, 15 minutes of gorgeous footy, and the same with the Carlton game. You played patches of footy that are brilliant enough to get you over the line.
No, I think the showdown, we played a good strong game for most of the game, and then you know, the Crows turned it on the last couple of minutes and kicked some goals. You know, I think we need to find more consistent avenues to goal. Our scoring's been down this year. We want to keep playing the best footy we can.
Thanks, Bass.
Thanks, Bass.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.